You ever been in a room so quiet, you could hear your own thoughts? Now, I want you to imagine something. Imagine that voice inside your head. You know the one that speaks when the world gets still. The one that tells you who you are, what you can be, what you can't, what you should fear, what you should chase. That voice is powerful, but let me tell you the truth, that voice didn't come from nowhere. It came from what you let in, what you listened to, what you believed when no one else was watching. Every time you turn on the news, scroll through social media, listen to that song, watch that show, you're feeding that voice, you're giving it material to work with. You're saying, here, build my identity with this. See, the voice in your head, it's not just your voice. It's a mixtape of your past, your environment, your habits. And you are the DJ. You get to decide what plays. You decide whether it's telling you you've got what it takes, or you'll never be enough. I remember back when I was trying to break into acting. Broke, hungry, doubting myself. I had two voices in my head. One that said, man, you ain't got it. Go get a real job. Stop dreaming. And another one, a quiet one, a humble one, but strong, and it said, keep going. There's more in you, more to give, more to become. And I had to make a choice. Which voice was gonna eat today? Because let me tell you, the one you feed, that's the one that grows. That's the one that starts calling the shots in your life. If you keep feeding it fear, it will build walls around your potential. But if you feed it truth, if you feed it purpose, vision, grit, then it starts clearing the path ahead of you. But here's the thing, you don't just feed that voice when you're strong. You feed it when you're tired, when you're broken, when you failed for the 3rd, 4th, 10th time. You feed it when you don't feel like it, because that's when it matters most. When motivation is gone and emotion has left the building, discipline has to take the mic. That's the voice you've been building for days like that, and if you haven't been feeding it, it won't show up for you. That's why I say, listen to this every day, want it or not, because whether you feel like hearing it or not, you need to. Not every seed feels like a tree when you plant it, but every tree started as one. So when that alarm clock hits and your soul says not today, you play the voice that says yes today, especially today. You give that voice the front row seat to your life, and you keep feeding it day in and day out until it gets so loud, so strong, so unstoppable, that it drowns out every lie, every fear, every excuse that ever tried to hold you back, because the voice you feed becomes the life you live. Desire is loud, it's flashy, it feels good. It shows up when the sun is shining, when the mood is right, when everything's going your way. Desire wants the trophy, but it doesn't want the training. It wants the results, but it refuses the routine. And let me tell you something that life will teach you over and over again. Desire will fail you the moment the feeling fades. See, discipline, that's different. Discipline don't care how you feel. Discipline don't need permission. Discipline is quiet. It doesn't shout. It shows up when you don't want to. It works when you're tired, when you're hurting, when you're questioning everything. That's why discipline always wins in the long run. Desire starts the race, but discipline finishes it. You think I felt like going to every audition, standing in rooms where no one knew my name, reading lines that didn't seem to matter, getting told no, more times than I could count. You think I woke up every day feeling like I was gonna make it? Absolutely not. But I showed up, not because I wanted to, but because I had to, because I made a decision. I wasn't gonna let my feelings vote on my future. The truth is, feelings are fickle. You feel excited on Monday, but defeated by Wednesday. You feel inspired when the crowd is cheering, but you feel empty when you're alone with your thoughts. That's why you can't build your life on desire. You can't trust it. You've got to anchor yourself to something deeper, something steady. That's discipline. Discipline is brushing your teeth even when you're running late. It's making your bed when no one's coming over. It's practicing your craft in the dark when no one's watching, when no one's clapping. It's choosing the grind over the glamour. It's eating right when junk food is calling your name. It's saying no to comfort because you said yes to greatness a long time ago. And here's the thing, people don't see discipline, they don't applaud it, they don't post about it. They post the beach body, not the cold morning runs. They post the award speech, not the lonely nights of study. But you know what it took, and that's what separates the dreamers from the doers. Not talent, not luck, not desire, discipline. It's the same reason a soldier trains without war, the same reason a pianist rehearses the same scale 1,000 times. It's not about motivation, it's about mastery, because the day will come, mark my words, when the opportunity knocks, and when that door swings open, it won't ask how you felt last week. It'll only ask, are you ready? So you better be ready. And the only way you will be is if you chose discipline over desire every day, especially the days when it's the hardest choice to make. Everybody wants the mountaintop. Everybody wants the view, the victory, the applause, the headline that says you made it. But what they don't want to talk about is the climb, the inch by inch, breath by breath, blistered hand, lonely climb. And here's what they forget. The mountain isn't made in one move, it's built in moments. Little ones, unseen, uncelebrated. People look at success like it's some dramatic, earth-shaking moment. They think it's a lightning strike, a lucky break, a viral post. But it ain't. It's in the seconds that don't make the highlight reel. It's in the moment you choose to get out of bed instead of hitting snooze. The moment you show up 5 minutes early when no one's watching. The moment you keep your mouth shut when your ego wants to speak. The moment you push through that extra rep when your body says quit. The moment you write the page, take the call, shake the hand, repeat the drill, ask the question, learn the lesson, one moment at a time. When I think back on every major step forward in my life, it never felt major in the moment. It felt small, it felt quiet, like a whisper, not a roar, the role that changed everything, just another audition. The decision that shifted my career, just another yes on a day full of noise, but I showed up. I gave the moment everything I had, not because I knew it would matter, but because I had trained myself to treat every moment like it mattered. Because you never know which one will be the tipping point. You never know which crack in the rock will become the path to the peak. But if you treat the small moments like they're nothing, you'll never see the big ones coming. You'll miss them. You'll walk right past your destiny because it didn't come wrapped in spotlight. Let me tell you something real. You don't rise to the level of your potential. You fall to the level of your patterns. And your patterns are born in the little decisions you make every day. That's where greatness grows, not in the speech, in the silence before it, not on the stage, in the hours behind the curtain, not in the win, in the wounds that taught you how to fight. You want to build something big, you better respect the small. You better learn to love the mundane. You better find glory in the grind, because the mountain is not built at the top. It's built with every step, every stumble, every scratch against the stone that no one will ever see. And every time you choose purpose over pride, growth over comfort, discipline over ease, you're stacking stone. You're building height. You're rising. So stop waiting for the big break. Stop chasing the mountaintop moment. Start honoring the little ones. That's where your mountain is being made, right here, right now, one moment at a time. Pain ain't just pain. It's a teacher, a revealer, a test. It shows up when life decides it's time for you to grow, not when it's comfortable for you. Pain knocks at your door not to destroy you, but to develop you, and it doesn't come dressed like wisdom. It comes in tears, in betrayal, in failure, in silence, in those moments where you think, this is it, I can't take any more. But hear me when I say this. That's the moment right before the breakthrough. I've been through it. I know what it feels like when life sits heavy on your chest and won't let up. I've sat with rejection more times than I can count. I've heard you're not good enough. You're not right for the part. You don't fit. Over and over. Doors slammed, hopes crushed, left wondering if the road was even worth it. But I'll tell you what, every ounce of pain that came my way came with a purpose. Every scar a seed, every no a redirection, not a punishment, a preparation. See, you can't fake your way through pain. You can't buy your way around it. You have to go through it. You have to sit with it. Let it strip away what's weak. Let it teach you who you are when everything else falls away. Because power, real power, doesn't come from ease. It comes from enduring, from holding your head up when your world is falling apart, from standing when everything in you is begging to lie down. I've seen people let pain define them. They get hurt, and they stay there. They get broken, and they build their identity around the break. But pain isn't meant to be your home. It's meant to be your passage, something you move through, not something you build your life around. Because if you stay stuck in your pain, you'll miss the gift it's trying to give you. There's something about going through suffering that gives you a kind of clarity no classroom can offer. You start seeing what really matters. You stop caring about opinions that once kept you up at night. You find a strength you didn't even know was inside you. And once you find it, you can't unfind it. That's power, the kind you earn, the kind that can't be taken away, because it was forged in fire. So the next time pain shows up at your door, don't run, don't numb it, don't deny it. Ask it what it came to teach you, what it came to strengthen, what weakness it came to break off your back. Because on the other side of that pain is power. Power you didn't know you had. Power that was waiting for you all along, and sometimes the only way to meet the strongest version of yourself is to walk through the storm that was sent to reveal them. You ever been knocked down so hard you didn't even want to try again? I'm talking about the kind of fall that steals your breath, your pride, your hope all in one swing. I've been there. Everybody has. And if they tell you they haven't, they're either lying or they've never tried anything worth failing at. Life has a way of hitting you when you least expect it. Doesn't matter how talented you are, how prepared, how pure your intentions, life hits everybody. And when it does, the only question that matters is this: will you get up, not once, not twice, every time? Because getting up isn't just about recovery. It's about who you are. Character isn't shown when things are going well. Anybody can smile when the sun is shining. But when the sky turns black, when your knees hit the ground, when no one's clapping and no one's watching, that's when you find out what you're made of. There were moments in my journey early on where the rejection was so constant, I started thinking maybe they were right. Maybe I didn't have what it took. Maybe I wasn't good enough, but something in me, something deep, refused to quit. I didn't know what the next step would be, didn't know if I'd ever make it. But I knew this much: I wasn't going to stay down. I might crawl, I might limp, but I was getting back up. And the truth is, most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they stop showing up. They fall once and they let that fall define them. They let the sting of embarrassment, the weight of discouragement, tell them that their story is over. But the people who win, the ones who go the distance, are the ones who rise one more time than they fall. Getting up is not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about answering the bell even when your body is tired, when your heart is bruised, when your confidence is gone. It's about saying, I don't care what yesterday looked like, I'm showing up today. That's the real fight. Not just against the world, but against that voice in your head that whispers, stay down. It's easier here. You have to look that voice dead in the eye and say, not today, not ever. Because every time you get up, you build something inside of you that no defeat can destroy. And over time, those comebacks become your strength. That's your edge. That's your legacy. Not that you never fell, but that you refuse to stay fallen. So if you're down right now, hear me. This is not the end. You're not finished. You're not broken beyond repair. You are being forged. And the fire you're in today is shaping the warrior you'll be tomorrow. So take a breath. Wipe the dust off. Clench your fists. Look your struggle in the face and say, you should have finished me when you had the chance. Because I'm still here, and I'm getting back up again, always, so now you know. The voice you feed grows stronger. The one you listen to every day, want it or not. That voice is shaping your life. Discipline will carry you long after desire disappears. Moments small and unseen are the bricks that build your mountain. Pain isn't the end, it's the beginning of power. And when you fall, because you will fall, what matters most is that you get back up again, always. This life isn't about waiting for the right moment. It's about showing up when everything in you says don't. It's about standing tall when your knees are shaking. It's about believing in something deeper than feelings. It's about answering the call, even when the world's gone quiet and the spotlight is off. So whatever storm you're walking through, whatever dream you're chasing, whatever pain you're carrying, listen to this every day. Let it remind you of who you are. Let it interrupt your excuses. Let it cut through the noise. Because greatness isn't a mystery. It's a decision, made daily, in silence, in struggle, in faith. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need every answer. You just need this, a choice to rise. To fight, to grow, to keep going, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, because when your time comes, and it will come, the world won't remember how easy it was for you. They'll remember that you didn't quit, that you kept getting up, that you turned pain into power, moments into momentum, discipline into destiny. So stand up, show up, speak life into yourself, and when doubt comes knocking, you look it in the eye and say, I've already decided, I'm not done, I'm not finished, I'm just getting started. Let's go.